to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you, Malik Canty, who's author, poet, and writer. He'll be with us for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. Happy New Year. Yes, it is the first program of 2019, and it's such a pleasure to be here. Like I said, I have a very special guest for you, Malik Canty. He'll be with us for the next 30 minutes. So, Malik, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we love having poets and writers and teachers and all these great people, and you actually encompass all three of those things.
All in one.
We're getting all in one tonight, so it's going to be a fantastic episode, especially to start off the year. Happy New Year to you.
And same to you.
Looking forward to, establishing a great 2019. I think when you start off with something positive, someone like yourself, it really sets the tone for the year. So
Set the tone.
It's going to be great. But let's take it back a little bit about who is Malik Canty?
Malik Canty is a poet from, I guess, elementary school. When I learned how to pick up that pen, the rhymes began and haven't stopped since.
Wow.
Yes. In fact, I always tell people I write well because I see well.
That's an interesting way to put it because, and a lot of times it's seeing it, but you're seeing it in your head. You're seeing it in a different way. You're not just looking at something. You're looking at it from a different view.
Right. From what they always say. I always tell people I write flavorful truth. Flavorful truth. Because truth can be told in a lot of different forms. And I find when I do it in a flavorful way, people tend to accept it more. They tend to hear it more. So they react to it more.
So when did you decide that you wanted to take this writing to the next level and that you make a career out of it?
Well, I think it's always been in me because it always came so natural. Mm-hmm. As I used to always say that with a pen is like with somebody who likes to sing with a mic. Mm-hmm. I have no problem creating something. If it could deal with the truth and there's proof, that's up my alley.
So you're one of those people who love open mics and spoken word and...
Yeah, I like to see the varieties and the talents that's out there. There's so much talent out there. And I'm just, like I always tell people, I'm just a tree. I'm a leaf on God's forest. That's all, and there are a lot of leaves.
There are a lot of leaves. And there's so many different styles of writing, and that's the interesting part. It's even from elementary days, we're learning a certain style, in the school system.
Right.
But there's so many other styles. If you really read other types of literature, you'll realize there's different styles of writing.
Yeah. One of my favorites when I was coming up was Langston Hughes. Because, Langston, his poetry was so profound, but it was easily to be read, and I picked up on that people need to understand, not only the poet needs to understand what he's saying, but who he's saying it to needs to understand. Mm-hmm. To me, it's not poetry if it's only written for me. I say, I don't write for me. I write for, like I said, I write for those who refuse to write. Like I always tell my friends, I write because you won't. Somebody got to tell it.
And that's interesting because a lot of times I think it's not that we don't want to, we're just, not everyone's blessed with the capability of being able to express it in the way that they want to.
Yeah, some people are just walking poets. They never write it down, but they talk it each time, every time. Mm-hmm. I'm having the one we don't write it, talk it, recite it. Well-rounded and profound.
So you write every single day?
I write I don't get, my thoughts come from inspiration through the bones. No ESP, no voices talking to me. My inspiration comes through the bones. I see a situation, and I said, this needs to be compounded on more than it is. And I add to it. See, a lot of people do surface talk. I like to go inside of that pool that they're hiding. Mm-hmm. That's why I tell people, I say, I snatch it from your eyes. Snatch it from your lips, the ones that don't want to speak. And then I'll go back and come back, and they say, Malik, where you get that from? From you. Yeah. And it's always interesting because they were saying, wow, I only told you this part of the situation. But like I always tell people, I'm spirit-led and they must be fed.
So would you say that you get a connection instantly with people, or you're able to see beyond what they may actually be saying?
No, I get a connection from when like they said, the eyes don't lie, and sometimes they really are pulled for the soul. So if I'm talking to people and they're telling me something that, oh, it hurts a little bit, but I know it hurts a lot, then I'll leave you what you thought you told me, that it hurts a little bit, but I'll come back and show you later that you know it hurts a lot more. And so this way we could talk about it and heal it. Because if we don't talk about it, we ain't gonna heal it.
So take us back to when you were in school.
Hmm.
And we know if you grew up in the city, sometimes it wasn't always, being a writer isn't always the coolest thing. Like, it was cool to rap, but if you're showing that sensitive side and you want to write,
But I didn't really have a sensitive side. I had a powerful side.
okay. And
Which is a difference.
And that is a difference, you know?
It's a difference.
So you're schooling me.
Yeah. I used to always tell them, if rose are red, the violets are blue. If you don't know that, shame on you. Don't expect that from me. Expect me to set the mind free.
Hmm.
And that's how I approach it. So that's why I never had the stigma that would come with, oh, words are soft. Now, when you know that words have power.
That's very true. That's very true, because a lot of time there is that stereotype that you're more of a softer person. But if you know how to use those words and how to articulate those words and position those words in a powerful way, that is in itself is very, very powerful.
I'm a flamethrower.
Oh, you throw a flame.
I throw flames. Because I find it's more important to be truthful than to be deceptive. You know, and not everybody can deal with the truth, but you need to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
It creates growth. You know.
Now, what to you really defines truth, though? Is you speak about truth, and that's a word that I think a lot of people throw out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, for me, truth is the things that you can't deny. You know, like I would tell people, like, proof is like the pyramids were built by great hands and great people. That's proof. Evidence seen. You know, to me, that's proof.
It's still standing today.
It's still standing today. See, that's proof. The sky is blue. Proof. So when I'm talking about proof, because everybody got their version of truth. See, I believe, and once it's before your eyes and it's undeniable, you can't deny it. You know, when it's cold, we dress up because it's proof that you need to, or you will freeze to death. So, I mean, everybody's version of truth is, I don't like to sugarcoat truth. I like to be direct deposit. I don't like to make you fill out a slip, you know, because I find if I do direct deposit with you, you might react to it a little faster than if I give it to you gradually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I believe in direct deposit. And not everybody can take direct deposit, so sometimes I have to make them fill out the slip of truth and feed it. But then eventually it gets to the point where they understand and they want it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, hold that thought. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. We'll be with us. Don't go anywhere. See. We'll be right You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel. So Malik, let's talk about your career. When you decided to write and you started doing this, of course, like anything, you face challenges. It's not always the easy road. Where do you continue, and how did you continue to really stay on your journey?
I stay on my journey because I always tell people I never run out of ammunition to write stuff, because the world is such a stage. And everywhere I go, there's something that needs to be written and said again. So a lot of times, my only challenge is that I have to find a pen and a paper. It's the only challenge for me to write. It just comes so natural. You know, everybody is I always tell people we all got gifts, something that we're really good at. And when you know you're really good at something, it comes natural. It just flows out you. I always say the best way to, that's why I always tell people, let me read it, because I can make the words come alive. After all, they did come from my insides. And I don't write poetry. I write reality. And this is why I get a lot of more feedback. Because like I said, I won't do the rose or red violets to blue. But I will do stuff that might affect you. stuff that make you think. You know, that's why my favorite line is, "It's feeding time for the mind." Whenever I have a session, because I'm gonna go in there.
So what about current affairs, politics, or certain things that really affect a group of people? So let's say when, as a nation, we're really feeling something.
Stay up on it, hard and strong. Because we need. I always tell people there's a war going on, you know, and I'm in uniform now. Everywhere I go, we in uniform. And if you're paying attention to some of the little mini wars that you're not paying attention to, it's still going on. And eventually it'll come closer and closer to your neighborhood, closer and closer to someone you know, and then you will react to it. So my thing is, when will you be concerned? When it's outside your door.
Exactly, because like the whole Black Lives Matter, it got closer and closer
to the door.
To here. And even NYPD and body cameras, and these are all different things that matter.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are like, well, that's Florida or that's here. No,
it's around the corner.
it's right here.
It's around the corner. Outside, I always tell people, once I walk outside my door, I'm in the world. It's like I used to tell my students that the world is bigger than the hood. Step outside the hood. It's bigger than the hood. You know, because unfortunately, a lot of them would never even travel outside the boroughs.
Yeah, so many people have not left Brooklyn or left the Bronx, and I find that mind-boggling.
And really. And you'd be surprised of the numbers that have really not been no place except for the zone. You know, they won't step out the box. I tell them, step out the box. You don't belong in the box. You know, there's a whole world out there waiting for you to see. I had students who never even went to the Statue of Liberty. Lived in Brooklyn all their life.
Yeah, if you didn't get to do that as a child in school.
Right. You won't do it. You won't do it. We get set in our ways. And then a lot of them was afraid of the barrels. They say, no, it's bad up in the Bronx. Brooklyn always says it's bad in Brooklyn. Bronx always say, you know, they split the barrels. But I say they're all the same. People are the same everywhere, just attitudes. Like I saw the sign that one said the only difference between the projects and a co-op is people's attitude. And it's true. I grew up in Marcy Projects, where Murder Avenue was Murder Avenue. Big difference. Now it's a regular avenue because some of the stuff that was there is no longer there. You know, and some of the people who are no longer there are no longer there neither. You know, regentrification has really shook up this nation.
It has, and you know, one of the downfalls that I have with that is that it just prices out people who have been lifelong residents there.
Big time.
Who no longer could afford to live there.
Big time, yeah.
There's a lot of good that has come with it. You know, it's sad that it takes gentrification for me to get a brunch spot or really nice places.
Yeah.
But there's some benefits that you can see.
Yeah, there's a great benefit because they always knew where the drug spots was. They always was known. But it didn't matter for the powers that be.
When it was us.
Didn't matter to us. Didn't matter. That's birth control. That's birth control. So it didn't matter. So I said they always knew the spots.
They'll kill each other off.
Yeah. We don't have to do it. Leave them alone.
Yep.
But once it spills outside the neighborhood, then all the protection came in. Because with gentrification came more police. With gentrification came more stores and fronts that needed to be shut down. They were shut down. You know, and that's a good thing. Crime came down. That's a good thing. But then the local residents are gone. The mom and pop shops are gone.
And that's the problem with a lot of it. You know, it comes with a price.
Comes with a price.
Because by moving in other people, yes, we have more protection, but it's almost like they're not there to protect us.
Yeah, they're not there to protect us. No.
And we see that, and they almost think like, we're not stupid.
No.
We know why you're here.
Definitely not there. I mean, in fact, what's sad about it, some places you go, some of the folks that's the new resident look at the old resident and like, what you doing here? I've seen it.
And it's mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling.
To really see how they do that. So how do you really connect your students to let them really know, especially some people who are new to the area, who may not even have a proper understanding of, they're coming in, they're seeing everything good. You know, Brooklyn's great, but Brooklyn is the Brooklyn now is not the Brooklyn it was
No.
before.
I tell them, I said, you have to really pay attention to where you at